Hello everyone out there in internet land. This is Speez with another deck recon video of the WoW TCG. This time we're going to look at a very popular deck that just came out in the format with the new set, Crown of Heavens. This is, I don't want to say the deck, but you're going to see this deck a lot if you go to big tournaments like the Metamard. If you happen to go to Darkwind Fair Baltimore, I know the main event is not core, but if you play in some core side events, you'll see this deck a lot. You might see this deck show up at Realm Championships a lot, and you'll probably see some version of this deck also at Nationals. But who knows, some deck might come along that completely obliterates this deck, but still, this deck is a very strong deck. Obviously, we are looking at the Red Mage deck. First off, there's kind of two versions of the deck. You can play it a little bit more control, or you can play it a little bit more aggro. I have the more of the control version of the deck, but if you're going to play the more aggro, try to kill him as, I don't want to say as quickly as possible, but probably like turn 7 at the late, like somewhere in there, you're going to play this hero, Drazu the Molten, whose flip is, if you can't see it there in the upper right, I'll read it off. It says, pay 3 and flip him. He deals 4 damage to a target hero or ally that has already dealt damage this turn. The idea is you deal some kind of damage to their hero, then you pay 3 and flip to deal like that last 4 to them. But we're not that deck. We are the more controlled deck, which will play this hero, Zumi of Kazan, who's on your turn, pay 4, draw 2 cards. Card draw is kind of hard to get in core. A hero which on your turn, pay 4, draw 2 cards is actually pretty good. Sure, it has the drawback of it has to be on your turn. Let's use it wisely, but the whole point of this deck is you're going to whittle away their allies and then try to keep their allies off the board, and then keep them off the board while your Ice Barriers and Mozikins slowly kills them, or quickly kills them if they don't answer it too quickly. So, of course, we're Horde, because first off, the flip's amazing, and Horde just has some staple cards that everyone wants to play. First off, of course, we have Karen, Earth Mother's Chosen. Good card. You get a free 1/1 for free, which a lot of people think, oh, what is a 1/1 going to do for me? Trust me, in this deck, a 1/1 will do wonders for you. Also, because we are also Horde, you play 4 copies also of Savagin. Because, hey, I just set this resource and it happened to deal 2 damage to an opposing hero or ally. If it happens to kill an opposing ally, oh, I just set a resource and an opposing ally dies. Yeah, who doesn't like that? So, of course, Savagin's in the deck. We're also going to put in the deck Korkan Vanguard, the location. You can tap it, or I'm sorry, exhaust it, to give a guy Assault 1, including your hero. A lot of times you're going to give it to your hero and he's going to slam in something for 1 damage. You're going to be like, what is 1 damage going to do? Trust me, 1 damage might do something important in this game. Another card you might have in the deck as a resource that you might play as a resource most of the time, it's the card Ripple. It says pay 2, your hero deals 1 arcade damage to each opposing hero or ally, or you can stash it in the resource row and it says the next time your hero will deal damage this turn. It deals that much plus 1 instead. Sometimes you're going to stash it, sometimes you're going to pay 2 and deal 1 to their field. Sometimes you're going to do the awesome I stash a Ripple and then play a Ripple to hit your board for 2. So, those are basically your resource cards. If you notice, none of them actually draw you any cards. So we have to, but mages have other ways to draw cards. First off, you have your hero's flip. You also have this card, Mana Agate, which says pay 2, you put it out in play, and then you pay 1 to destroy it, to draw 2 cards. So basically, it's pay 3, draw 2 cards. Or you can throw it out there on turn 2, and then have it sit there, and then whenever you feel like paying 1, you can destroy it. Alright? So that's kind of your card draw on the deck. Another card you have in the deck to help draw cards, but it can also kind of be a finisher, is I threw in a couple copies of Shroud of the Archmage. This card attaches to your hero, and it gives your hero the ability to exhaust and do one of these 3 effects. You either exhaust to draw a card, so you can get some more cards, or you can exhaust to deal 4 to their hero. That could be you play this on turn 6 and go, oh, hit you for 4. Start on my next turn, hit you for 4, and they're like, I play a Mozikin and he hits you for 6. It can quickly end games. Or you can use it to exhaust to make target ally can't attack or protect this turn. So if they happen to throw out a protector, try to stop Mazakin, you can be like, no, he can't protect. Mazakin kills you. Or if they throw out some big guy, or they throw out their own Mazakin, you go, okay, that's your Mazakin. He's pretty big. He can't attack, though. So he just sits there. Good luck. Alright. So, other cards in this deck. The whole idea is, there's a lot of cards that came out in Crowns that kind of push Mage over that hump of being an okay deck to a really, really good deck. So let's look at some of those cards. First off, they got Shroud of the Archmage and Crown, but that's not the card that did it for them. Kind of look at them in order. First off, they got this amazing card called Flame Lance. It says, pay 1 at instant speed, you deal 3 damage to an ally. So basically, it kills just about every 1 drop in the game, and almost every 2 drop in the game. So basically, if your opponent has a rush deck, you're going to want this card to clear out their early allies so they don't run you over. So this is basically your 1 drop. You go, instead of getting an ally, you're just going to destroy their early allies so they don't overrun you. So that's one card that came from Crown of the Heavens. Frost Blast came from Crown from the Heavens. It says pay X and you deal 1 frost damage to up to X target heroes and allies, and each of them that actually would take that frost damage, they can't attack or protect this turn. So you can kind of use this offensively to deal 1 to their board, or what you're probably going to use it for is defensively to save your bacon from being attacked by a whole bunch of allies. It also deals 1. Kind of see the theme of this deck? A whole bunch of dealing 1. I'll get to later why we're dealing a whole bunch of 1. Also was dealing 1. This card's not from Crowns, it's from Throne of the Tides, but it's Baxton, Herald of the Flame. It's a 3-cost 3/1 ally. Kind of bad, but it has an awesome effect. It says empower Mage. When his ally enters play, if you control another Mage hero ally, oh hey look, our hero's a Mage, so you'll always have it. You deal up to 3 fire damage divided as you choose to any number of target heroes or allies. So if they have a 2/1 on the field, if they have a 2/1 ally, a 2/1 ally, and a 2/1 ally, you can play this guy and deal 1/1/1 and kill them all. Or if they have just an ally with 4 attack and 3 health, you can play this ally and just deal 3 to it, or 2 to it and 1 to their hero. You can split them up. So hey look, more of the idea of passing around damage. Why are we all passing around damage? Because this makes an older card, really good. Timber of the Enforcer. This format has a lot of I play dudes, and they try to attack you. So the whole idea in this deck is we try to deal 1 out in all these different ways, and then you just play Timriv to get rid of them. Pretty easy. So you go like, oh, you attack me with 3 dudes, I pay 3, I deal 1/1/1, they can't attack. My turn 4, I play Timriv, exhaust him, they all die because they have 1 damage on them. And now they go, huh, okay, I play another ally, and you go, oh, you played some like ally, he's a 5/5. Oh, whatever, I'll Flame Lance him. He takes 3, doesn't kill him. I'll just tap Timriv again and kill him. So now this whole idea is you get rid of their early game allies really easy in 1 fell swoop. And then once you get this kind of idea of Timrib killing anything that hits the field, and then whenever you get a chance, when they try to throw out more guys, if you happen to have the resource, you play Overload. Overload says interrupt target ally. If you don't know what interrupt means, it means when they go to play a guy, so they go, I pay 3 and I'm playing this ally, you go, okay, that's fine, but I'm going to pay 2 and play this card that says interrupted. They still have to pay the 3. The ally goes straight to the graveyard and never hit play. So once you get this, once you clear their field, and then maybe you have Timriv out there and he kills another guy, and then you have that chance to keep 2 open. You just keep 2 open. You overload whatever guy they play, and they go, oh man. So like the key play is once they hit turn, once they get 6 resources, that's when your opponents are going to play Mazikins. Which, let's throw out Mazakin if new players don't know what he does. Mazakin is this guy. He has a lot of really good techs. He's the 6-drop with Frosty, which means he can attack immediately. 6 health, 6 attack. So he comes out, he just immediately attacks for 6. If he dies, he puts basically a copy of himself into play. So when he dies, you get a token ally that has 6 nature attack, 6 health, is still a horde ally, and win with Frosty. So if they played like a 6/6 ally, you go, okay, Mazikin comes out, attacks him, your guy dies, my Mazikin dies, I get a Mazikin token, that Mazikin attacks for 6. This is why Mazikin is dumb. It's really hard. He usually always kills 2 things on the opposing side of the field, possibly more. So, trust me, as a mage, you want to, if you're playing against a horde guy and you think they have Mazikin in their deck, you want to overload it, because you just don't want it to even hit the field, because it just takes so many cards to kill it. If you play one card, I play this card that kills it, well, they get another Mazikin, then you have to play another card to kill it. So you basically have to waste 2 cards normally to kill Mazikin. That's why he's so good. You have to wait. I don't want to say waste, but if you use so many cards to kill him, then if they just play another Mazikin, you're like, I have to basically use another 2 cards to kill him, at least. So that's why Mazikin's good if you're a new player and wondering why he's so good. Another card that you always want to overload all the time, but you're playing it too, is Edwin Van Cleef. Yeah, if you're a new player, you're going to be like, I can't afford Edwin Van Cleef. He is the $175 card. He's expensive. If you have them, you play them in this kind of deck. This kind of deck, you're just trying to just ping other allies, kill them, and just throw out the 2 dumbest allies you can, and Edwin and Mazikin. And then they just have those 2 allies, basically your win condition. So you clear their field, keep everything they play cleared off the field, and just beat them to death with Edwin and Mazikin. It's basically your win condition. Ice Barrier 2 is another card that basically, the whole idea is you just keep killing their allies over and over, so they never hit you, theoretically. So if they're never going to hit you, you play out Ice Barrier. If you don't know what Ice Barrier does, it's a dumb card. It says it's a Frost talent, so you have to be a Frost hero, or not put Fire or Arcane Mage talents cards in your deck. This card comes into play with 3, what do they call? Ice counters, okay? Anytime your hero would take damage, prevent it all, and remove a counter. Alright? So basically you can play this card and save your hero from taking 3 packages of damage. If they hit you for 9 million, you go, okay, I just remove a barrier, an ice counter, and I take nothing. So it can be hard for them to beat through. They have to hit you 3 times to beat through this. And it also has another effect that says at the start of your turn, you deal 5 to their hero. 5 frost damage. So if this card lives, you just slowly kill them with it. So the idea is, sometimes you play this card because you're gonna die. They played a whole bunch of cards, you can't get rid of them, so you just throw out Ice Barrier to help yourself live. Sometimes you're doing a good job of controlling their ally and their field, so you just throw out Ice Barrier to slowly kill them. Either way, it's a win-win. 2 other cards that are in the deck. Well, if we're playing Edwin, we might as well play his daughter, Vanessa. I only have 2 or 3 copies of her in this version of the deck. You can tweak the numbers. If you can't run Edwin's, you probably won't run Vanessa. You might just throw some other cards in the deck instead. But if you can get the Edwin's, you might want to throw a few Vanessas in there because, well, she has a dumb effect too. Last card we have in the deck, another really good and really expensive card, Miniature Voodoo Mat. This is the mage's answer to basically anything that will kill it really quick. There are 2 decks that can be really fast in the format, but they're not played that much anymore because this card shuts them down. If you don't know what Miniature Voodoo Match does, it says when this item enters play, you name an ability or an equipment that costs 3 or less, and opposing cards with that name don't have powers. So what cards do you want to name? If you're going against the Paladin, Grand Crusader. If you think they are running Grand Crusader, call that. Also, if you're running against any plate class, you call Etch Dragonbone Girdle, which turns off their draw engine, and they can't try to keep up with you drawing. If you're playing against a hunter, you probably going to want to call Aspect of the Wild, which buffs their little guys that might kill you quick enough before you can set up. So basically, this is your card as your Swiss Army knife to any answer to other problem cards you might have. If you go against another Clothy, another mage, another priest, or another warlock, You probably won't see many warlocks out there. You're probably seeing a lot of other mages and a lot of other priests. You're going to want to call Miniature Voodoo Mask before they play Miniature Voodoo Mask, turning off your Miniature Voodoo Mask. Kind of a funny race. So, if you're playing against one of those three classes, you're going to want to go turn 1 Miniature Voodoo Mask to turn off your Miniature Voodoo Mask. Then after that, you can call like stuff like if you're against a mage, you can call Ice Barrier. If you're against a priest, you can call Power Word Barrier. If you're against a warlock, you can call, I don't know what warlocks play, but whatever. I don't know what warlocks have that might be played. So anyway, this is literally, there's 16 cards in the deck. I kind of tweaked the numbers of some cards. Some cards we have 4 of. A lot of the cards we have 4 of. Some cards we only have 2 or 3 of. Let's check out the master list here. Here it is. Like I said, this is kind of more the control version and the expensive version. If you can get these cards, I'm looking at you, Edwin. Well, if you can get Edwins, play them. They're a good card in this deck. Very good card, because basically your Edwin is your hard-to-answer win condition. If you can't get Edwins, maybe you can throw something like Counterspell. Maybe you want to play some other ally. Don't know. If you can't get Edwins, you can just cut them, that and Vanessa. Maybe beef up some of the numbers. Maybe go up to 4 Ripples. Go up to a 3rd Shroud. Go up, well, I guess you won't go to the 4th Vanessa, but this is the basics of the deck. It is an expensive deck, but if anything, this is a kind of, if you don't think you can play this deck, now you kind of know what's in it and what it's trying to do against you. So, there we go. That is the Mage Ice Barrier deck. I thank everyone out there in internet land for watching. Please rate this video and watch our other videos, and have a great day. See you next time.